Hi, I'm Vanessa from SpeakEnglishWithVanessa.com. Today I have some good news and some bad news. Let's start with the bad news. The bad news is that you probably spent a lot of time in boring middle school and high school English classes. You felt a lot of stress, a lot of worry about learning English because it just wasn't fun. You had to study for tests, you had to memorize lists of vocabulary. This is definitely not an enjoyable or effective way to learn anything, especially English. But I have some good news. Now, you can choose your own teacher, your own materials, your own method, the style. Now you are an adult and you can choose what you do with English. And this is exactly what is the best way to learn, when you choose what's the best style for you. On Skype, I've taught over 2,000 English lessons to English learners around the world. And you know what? Almost everyone makes the same 2 mistakes. What are those 2 mistakes? The first one is that they often use textbook expressions. These expressions are ones that you learned in the textbook, but native speakers don't really use them in daily conversation. Native speakers can understand what they mean, but it sounds a little bit robotic or a little bit like a textbook because that's where you learned it. I know you don't want to speak textbook English. I don't want you to speak textbook English, so you need to do something different. Make a huge change. Let's talk about the second mistake. The second mistake that almost all of my Skype students make is there are a lot of daily common expressions that native speakers use, but they don't use, they don't know about, and maybe they don't even understand until I have to explain it. So these expressions you definitely need to know if you want to understand movies, TV shows, communicate in a natural way, and so that you can feel more confident because you know that you are using natural English. And that's why I've created this course, 50 Natural English Expressions. I've made a list of all of the English expressions that my English students don't know or don't use, and I made them into lesson files especially for you. I know that a lot of you are busy, you have a lot of things going on in your life, so these lessons you can download, you can listen to them wherever you are, and you can use it and learn it and have fun. I love hearing what members of this course have to say about their experience, and I think that you shouldn't only listen to what I'm saying about it, but also listen to other English learners because they know your situation exactly. They know what it's like to feel frustrated, to feel upset about your level, and they also want to improve their English just like you. So let's take a look at 2 people who are part of this course, 2 members, and see what they have to say. I'm going to read what Vera from Brazil had to say about her experience in the course 50 Natural English Expressions. She said, "Well, for me, the way the course was set up is perfect because we have the explanation of expressions, examples of how to use them, a story to understand and fix what you've learned, and still have the opportunity to use them, making videos or posting comments in the Facebook group." Thanks, Vera. That's a really honest comment. Let's take a look at what Jean-Jacques from France has to say. He said, "Even if you are a beginner or an intermediate English learner, Teacher Vanessa's method is useful. You will learn with simplicity, and if you want to accelerate the process of learning, acquire the 50 Natural English Expressions course." Thanks, Jean-Jacques. I think that's really a good point. Simplicity. You don't need to study really complex grammar rules or feel frustrated and upset about complex things in English. You can learn English with simplicity and not feel stressed and enjoy it. And that's why I've created this course, 50 Natural English Expressions. I want you to be able to use these expressions that are not textbook expressions and that native speakers use all the time. You are definitely going to hear these expressions in movies, TV shows, in natural conversations, and when you use them, you'll know I'm using natural English, the confidence in speaking will grow. So right now, I'm going to share my screen with you so that you can see inside the course and see exactly what it is. I'm going to show you the course as well as the Facebook group that you can join to interact with me and also interact with other members of the group. This is a great place to be able to use English and feel secure. You can feel confident using English in that environment because it's a private group. No one else on Facebook except for members of the course and members of this group can participate and can see your content. So I'm going to show you exactly what the course is on my screen and as well what the Facebook group is. Let's take a look. All right, here we are on my computer screen and I want to show you inside the course. So here we have the 5 different sections of the course. I grouped these expressions into 5 different sections: family, travel, food, work, and education, so that you can more easily remember them in a context. But you can use each expression in a variety of circumstances. So the first thing that I want you to do when you open the course is to click on the Start Here. How to use the 50 Natural English Expressions program PDF file. So I have it already open down here. I'd like to share this with you. So here we have a lot of information that you can use throughout the course. So here we have the Facebook group link. There are all of the expressions, the course outline, and these are some general tips for using the course: downloading, listening, writing, speaking, and this is a weekly study guide. So in this weekly study guide, this is of course your choice whether or not you want to use it, but I wanted to give you my suggestions so that you don't feel overwhelmed and try to learn all these 50 expressions at the same time. So I want you to take a look at this first when you download the course, and then you will have each section. And these pronunciation files, these are bonus files that are included if you joined during the opening week or if you joined during one of my special promotions. So depending on when you joined, you might or might not have this pronunciation file. So let's take a look at the first one. Let's open up family. All right, so inside family, you will not have these here. These are the official files. These are just my practice files. You will have all of the files for family as well as the transcript. So let's open up, let's open up number 4. All right, so when you click on the file, you can play it on your computer, you can play it on your phone, you can play it on your tablet, you can play this on any device, and you can simply download it onto that device. This is the audio listening lesson, and you can also read the transcript. So let's take a look at the transcript, and this is what you will see for the transcript. So this is an exact copy of everything that's in the lesson. So you can follow the lesson and you can see all of the sample sentences, the questions, the story. In the story, the word that you learned for that lesson is going to be bold. So here you can see these words are a little bit stronger, bolder than the other ones. That way you can more easily see the expression in the story. So you have the story, and at the end I ask a few questions, and these questions you can answer in your head, out loud, or in our Facebook group. And I recommend taking some time to answer in the Facebook group so that you can participate and get feedback. That's so important. So let's take a look now at how you can join the Facebook group. What is the Facebook group? I've got a link down here. Let's open this up. All right, this is the Facebook group. So at the moment, there are only the testers involved in the group, but as soon as the course opens on February 5th, 2016, there will be more members, hopefully including you, joining this course. So inside the group, there is a lot of information that you can use to interact. You can tell a story, you can send videos. A lot of other English learners have posted introduction videos. and stories of what's going on in their lives, what they're doing. You can see a lot of interesting information. So this is a safe place for you to interact as part of our community. Thanks so much for learning English with me, and I look forward to seeing you inside the course. Goodbye!